Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Crowley House Flower Farm and Nursery. Today I'm up here at the Orchard Heights house, and we are styling the front porch. My family home, which is now my home, or one of my homes, has a very large front porch. And so my mom had painted this a very green color, which it's growing on me, but it's not my favorite. So now I'm just trying to work with what I have here, and I'm going to be styling up, just using what I have kind of from my stash of things and kind of working in what my father had here prior. So I went to the wholesale nursery and I purchased 2 lemon cypresses. I found a couple containers at Lowe's, and then I went to World Market and grabbed a new pillow because there's this bench on the front porch, and I just have some twinkle lights. I'm just doing something really simple. I am going to make a wreath for the front of this porch, and I'm going to make it by hand instead of like you've seen us using the clamp, which kind of makes the production of wreaths really quick. I want to do a hand-tied one. So I was going to show you guys how to do a hand-tied. But before we get into the video, I want to wish you a very, very happy Thanksgiving, and I hope your holidays are going splendidly. I'm sure you're most likely sitting down with family and enjoying the day, and you will get to this video when you get to this video. I know for us, I'm filming this a couple days prior to Thanksgiving, so we have a lot planned for tomorrow, baking and doing all the things, but starting this front porch is kind of the start to the season, I believe. Kate worked on her front porch at the Crowley house, and I'm gonna bring that to you in the next video and just show you kind of what she chose to do there. Here I am on the front porch. I'm gonna do a wreath and I'm gonna style this up. It's gonna keep it really, really simple this year, and I hope you enjoy this video.
So just got some double A's for our lights here, and we're gonna put it in the shrubs.
The 2 lemon cypresses, right?
Yep.
So what I need to do is, they have this beautiful bench that the family bought my parents. Home is where your story begins. It's very, very pretty. Then my father's home, when he was a child, they had a lot of this wrought iron. So the home he was raised in was a very Spanish influenced house down in Southern California. So they had a lot of this, you know, kind of yard art. But we leave these up during the summer, and then we kind of tuck them away in the greenhouse until the winter is over, and then we'll pull them back out and style them for the summertime. So I've got to move a couple of these out and then just kind of clean off the porch and get it ready, and yeah, it'll be fun, I think. Okay, so don't mind, we've got a couple trees that Braden and I, they're just willows, and we're gonna plant them out later, but I just have them here to remind me to do it. So Braden and I, when we were cutting for the markets as well, we found just this really nice branch that I thought would make kind of a fun little Christmas tree. So I'm going to just plug it into one of my pots and kind of design around it. Braden had the idea of maybe putting in some birch sticks along with it, so I might create something with it. I'm not totally for sure how it's all gonna come about or look. Anyways, we'll see what we can do with this guy. Okay, so this greenhouse was built in 1951, and it has been through the ringer. Definitely needs an overhaul. My plan is in the next couple of years, I have so much going on that this is just like, when I get to it, I'll get to it. But this greenhouse when I was a kid was fully functioning and beautiful, and I'd like to get it back to that beauty eventually. But for now, I'm just storing any plants that I want to hold over. This is a begonia that I could probably pull into the house if I wanted to, but I'm just gonna tuck this in here for now. It'll be safe until I can get back to it. Okay, so what I've done is I pulled out, a friend of mine gave me this beautiful, I guess, Gothic lantern, and so I thought that would be really nice next to this is the kitchen door, the other front door that everybody goes through. And then I have just a candle that I found. I need to find some batteries for it. And then the other day I also picked up some paper whites. And at first I grabbed a terracotta pot out of the greenhouse. I didn't really like how that looked. So I found this little white one, and I think I can just pop it in like that, just like that. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of moss, clean this up a little bit, and then put my light in once I find everything, kind of wipe everything down, dust it off. And I think that's gonna look really pretty, just keeping it really simple. I love this. This is a winter basket of pansies. And so it's just really fun kind of keeping that garden feel together. So I'm just gonna keep working with this and see how it all comes out. This is the first time I've styled this porch. Basically, I've done some spring stuff here, but not, you know, everything recently. So I think I'm liking it. It's a new space. It's just like when you come into any new space, it kind of takes you a little bit to figure out the space and what you can do and what works well. And then, next year it's going to be much better. And this year I would love to have cafe lights on the house. That's just not going to happen, I don't think. Just time-wise, we just are blitzed, but maybe we'll see. But anyways, so I'm just doing what I have right now, and let's see how this all comes together. So I went ahead and grabbed some native soil to the garden, and part of the reason is these, I'm hoping as soon as we're done here with this Christmas design that they are going to go out to the garden because they get pretty big. My eventual goal would be I would love to actually have a couple topiaries that are living topiaries that I can keep trim and kind of cleaned up. This house is very different than the Crowley house. So Crowley house is, 1870s, and this is 1950s, a little bit more modern, which I love both styles, but it's stretching me a little bit as far as design sense and design wise. So I'm having to really think through things a little bit. And it's not that I don't love both styles. I do love a clean, modern feel. Anyways, that's more information than you need to know. But this is what I'm doing. I added a little bit of native soil, a little bit of compost, and then I am just a little fertilizer. I'm going to pop these in and let them grow on through the winter. And then in spring, I'm going to pop them on out into the gardens, or when I have the space for them. I know what I'm going to do with them eventually, but this is just kind of like potting them up, getting them ready for their next home because they're going to grow a little bit now. I'm just roughening up the sides a little bit, just kind of fanning out those roots so that they can grow nice and strong. Put a little bit much in, so I'm just going to kind of pull some of that soil up to the sides. So one nice trick is you can take your container, turn it upside down, and then kind of figure out how deep you need to go, and then you fill in around it, and then your plant just fits right inside of it. So it's an easy trick. Careful, gingerly. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
Good job, Mom.
Easy peasy. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick my tree in now. And then I have to just keep filling it up after I make sure it's straight.
It's perfect.
Are you sure?
Oh, well, I don't know.
Is it crookedy? This is an old Pendleton wool blanket. It's got a lot of holes in it. I used it in the past for just like a tablecloth or something like that. So I figured what I would do with it is just go ahead and drape it on this little, just to make it a little more inviting and cozy. And we are hosting a ornament exchange our family does every year. I don't know, the more I've been working with this project, the more I'm kind of like, oh, I could do this and I could do that. So we'll see how far I get with it. I might have to pick it up tomorrow morning, but it's getting so dark so early. It's only 4 o'clock and literally the sun is setting. And I feel like, where did the day go? Because, you know, you have to work. But I really do. I mean, isn't that just scrumptious? And I don't think it looks all that bad with the green of the house. Okay, let's do it. So this is just a neutral pillow. I figured I could pull it in and use it in other parts of the house, and just pull it out when we have guests and company. But I thought it just made it feel a little bit more cozy. I don't know, let me know in the comments what you think. But I thought, you know, just kind of fluff it here. I might have to wait until the morning to show you guys fully what this looks like, because it is getting really, really dark. But so far, I kind of like it, so. Let me see if I can give you a sneak peek at it, but tomorrow morning I'll do more. So we're gonna put a wreath right up here. Yeah, we might need to layer some blankets in there, I'm thinking. Let me go get another one. Okay, so I found a couple more things that potentially I might add in. One is this cute little pillow, and then I found this other blanket that's kind of, it's well loved and used, and can be recycled. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this and see how it goes. Hi, you done?
Yeah, finished.
You know, it'd be really cool is to have like a big sweater, like one of those really naughty sweater looking ones. I just couldn't find one. I was looking for one today and I just couldn't find exactly what I was looking for. So I feel like this will give it a little more weight. And of course, this year and all of my decorating and all the things I'm doing is I'm using what I have. And so it's hard to, you know, buying just a few things. Okay, so my idea is to put a pretty big hand-tied wreath above this where that wrought iron candle holder was. And then I bought this also at World Markets, just some little jingle bells, and I'm gonna tie that onto it. I want a really simple wreath, so I just chose a few items to go in it. And tomorrow when it's light up, I'm gonna go ahead and put some moss underneath the little cypresses and then finish the little front area as well. But for tonight, let's head inside so you can at least see what I'm doing, and we will make a wreath. Okay, so I have my ring. I would say this is over 1.5 feet, I think, round. So this is a pretty big wreath. So what I'm gonna do is I've got my paddle wire here. So you can find this at any craft store, and I'm just gonna tie it on to the wreath itself. I do have a table I'm gonna be working on, but you almost just kind of twist it on like a bread tie and just get that nice and secure. So it's just kind of connected there like that. And then I'm going to start laying my bits down. And what I like is just a handful, something really nice, and it kind of fits in my hand really because I like a big fluffy wreath. And so then I'm just gonna make all of the, I would say this is 24-inch ring. So that would mean that I probably need 24 to 25 pieces of bunches, or 25 bunches of greenery. So I'm gonna cut my benches out to begin with, so I have a nice pattern going all the way around, and I'm gonna lay them all the same direction. I think that's the biggest thing that folks run into trouble, is they start to lay a piece or a bundle backwards and it looks a little bit funny. So I will show you here as I go along and get everything ready. So I've just tied this off, and then you can tell that all I did was come back through, so I left myself enough wire to be able to tie, twist, and then that gives me the loop that I need to hang it with. And then I can just cut off this tail here and tuck it back into the wreath so you don't like accidentally hurt yourself. But then there's the little hook that you can just hang your wreath off of. Okay, so now I thought to just hang my little bells that I got, and I might elaborate this tomorrow when I get it hung up because it's already dark outside, but we'll just kind of see how it looks tonight, and then tomorrow I'll play with it a little bit more. Okay, that looks really, really cozy, I think. I do have like a few more things, like a sled and a few things like that I thought I might bring out. We will see. It'll continue, for sure. Okay, good night. Okay, I'm finishing the porch this morning, and I'm out here this is the kitchen area. I'm gonna get a facelift here in a little bit, but it's actually very, very cozy kitchen. So under here, I have this, it was back in the 50s, you had these planter boxes that folks used a lot of times in the style of design. This is a little bit more modern style. So last spring, I did a whole bunch of bulbs through here and things like that. But right now, I am doing just adding in a little bit of greenery to it just to kind of make it pop. But I'm also gonna leave some of the pansies just to kind of keep that garden feel going. So I had some leftover greens from that wreath that I made, and I thought I would just kind of pop through some here. And also I have some beautiful pine cones that my sister Arwen had picked up. And then of course the little tree that Braden and I found that we're just gonna kind of stick into a pot. It's a really simple way to add a little character to your pots. And you can also do like, you know, add some pansies or things like that just kind of create a little color spot by your front door. It doesn't have to be expensive. Literally, you can take a branch and stick it in a pot and then fill it with a little bit of greenery or, like I said, some pansies. And it's just really, really simple, inexpensive. And again, this Christmas, it's all about using what I have. So I ended up not buying another pillow. I'm just gonna go with it for this year and just enjoy it. I think it did turn out really, really cute. All right, so I'm gonna just add in my greens, and basically all you're doing is taking your stems and sticking it down into the soil and just almost like arranging a floral arrangement. And it's really, really simple. You know, it's one of those things where you can just, if you don't like it, take it out and do something else. So it's nice to have freedom with designing sometimes. Just, you know, you do it because you like it, right? Not because you're trying to satisfy somebody else. Even though that is our intention a lot of times, is that we're trying to look at people or have people look at us in a certain light, but I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm doing this for myself is what I'm trying to say. I don't care what other people think of it. Okay, one thing that's helped me out this year, my dad had these for the vineyard, and so they're just a little battery-packed automatic little cutter. Look at that. He got these for my mom. I've enjoyed them because, as you know, I have arthritis pretty bad, hence why my brother is working with us now. But see, look, you just push this little button. Anyways, I love it. So for harder things like evergreens, this is the way to go. So I've just harvested some fresh moss from the woodlands, and I'm just gonna tuck them down into the base of the 2 lemon cypresses and just anywhere that needs a little softening. So I find this time of year, when you're kind of don't have anything to fill in that soil in your pot, moss works really, really great. If you're interested in moss, we do sell little bags of moss. They're just a small bag, and on our online store if you're wanting some Pacific Northwest moss. It works great, smells amazing. It smells like the woodlands, very fresh. Anyways, I will put the link below. And also we have our wreaths there, my cozy little book if you're looking for somebody to gift something, a gardener, a really nice gardening book. We have that below as well. So I will put all the links to our Shopify account and you can shop away for Christmas and we'll get it out the door for you. So I'm gonna start with the big tree. This is kind of a blue color and I kind of like that. With this shade of green on the house is a little bit hard to bring in other colors, but I found that kind of a dusty blue looks amazing. And I like that the wreath kind of matches this little tree that I cut down. It's actually a branch. It looks like a tree. So I'm going to put it into the little pot that my dad and I picked up this summer that we had, I believe, what did we have in it? Something. I don't know. Can't remember. All right. So I'm just going to style away and let you kind of watch. So the one thing that after working with this, I feel like I need a little more twinkle light here so it balances the front porch. So I will have to go search through my boxes and see if I can find some. I know I have some down at Crowley House where we keep all of our things that we use for events and things like that. So I might just have to take a few from there and kind of weave them through. And I think then that's just going to bring a little bit of light this way when people arrive, like for the our little party that we're going to have later in December. So I think it will look really nice. And two, it's going to kind of show off. I want this to just feel like a garden, a winter garden, which means that we have a few things in here that are going to die this week. We have a freeze coming and I just want to see like how the garden's going to look before I keep adding to this. And I can bring that to you in another video, but I'm thinking that I'll probably pop in some ferns that we have from Crowley House and around here. And we have some boxwood as well that might look really pretty. So I'm just going to add in a few things. We'll see how it comes about, but that's what I'm thinking. Okay. So I went foraging on the property and found there's a Leland cypress that one of my brothers planted. It's really big and it's in the wrong spot. So I am actually cutting it down and using it quite a bit this year for some wreaths and things like that. But this, I felt like it needed a little bit of height. So I'm going to go in and do a little bit of this. But what's nice about this, if you have one of these, you can actually use it as just a piece of really inexpensive garland. You can just wire a couple of these pieces together over a mantle or something like that, or set them on top, and it works really, really well. Very inexpensive, and again, using what we have. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, much success in all you do and grow, and we'll be seeing you shortly back here at Crowley House very soon. All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye.